We're so back. Hey, we're back for some more Arm Robber Forger Road to Warlord 4 work tonight. Okay, so we got our to-do list here. I can zoom this in for you guys. Oh, I can. Look at that. And we are now streaming in 1080p. So the last two streams I was streaming in 720p, even though I had upped my bitrate up to basically the max you can stream on Twitch. I was forgot to actually go in there and figure out how to change things, so I got that done. Go to Armor Forger, make sure it's live. And let's do a quick chat test. Yes, okay, cool. Chat is working. Shut that off. Okay. So today we are going to be working on the crawl phase scenario framework. Right here. In our last stream, we were setting up an MP test world. And we had accidentally grabbed an actual full MP test world, which already had game mode and spawn points and all this other stuff, and it was completely messing up our tutorial. Because we were trying to go through the scenario framework tutorial, and everything was messed up because of that. So what we were going to do this time is we were going to go through that project. We were going to go in, we're going to delete the old worlds and all the other stuff we had in there. Then we're going to go reset everything up. Then an update came out for Forger Tools and Forger the game. I went in earlier as soon as the patch came out and already got things pre-compiled, so we should be good there. So step one we need to go through here and make sure we have a clean. So we're gonna delete the world out of here. Yes, I would like to delete the world. Let's check our MP world. I hope this, because we set this up. We should be good. Should be good. That out. We're going to go here to the world editor. Okay, great. So we're at a completely blank world here. This is good. So we're going to close this out. We're going to go grab the scenario framework tutorial. Where did I put that? You make a new note here. Forger useful. Okay, so now let's go try to find where I put the scenario framework. Right, Googling we go. Arma Reforger. Scenario framework, right. So we're going to grab this scenario framework wiki article here. SF wiki page. Boom. Okay, so now we have this here for all time. If needed again, quick access to it. Okay, so we're back over here on the Reforger framework setup tutorial. We're going to go back to this again, and we're not going to stick a bad world in there this time. So the first thing we're going to be doing is world setup, and then we're going to get to the framework setup. So I'm going to kind of blitz through this a little bit because I really want to focus on other things today. So we're going to open up the world editor. We're going to create a new world using file, new world. Oh, we gotta load a world first. Okay, so we're gonna, per our to-do list here, you're gonna use the empty MP test world. Should be this one. Okay, great. There's literally just test terrain. Nice. Light looks a little bit weird. Tell you what, let's load a different one. Save basic. See if this has post. There we go. Okay. So what we did there, the MP test world empty, literally all it had was the terrain. And the MP test world basic has camera destruction, fog, like haze, and has all the lighting stuff you need. So now we are going to go file new world. But I'm kind of worried that I have two open right now. So let's close that. And we're only going to load up the basic world. Oh, why are you doing that? Yeah, let's close this out, see if we can do a full reset here. Okay, apparently that's how it's going to be. It's going to have the MP test. Oh, I guess it needs both of them. So I get rid of that. Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, so MP test empty is the actual terrain in the world itself, whereas MP test basic has my managers. It has the camera manager, destruction, fog, haze, lightning. Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. So we're gonna go new world, we're gonna create a subscene. Okay, sweet. So we now have a subscene of this world created in our new world here. Now we're gonna click save. And we're gonna stick this under the world's MP test. I think it goes, yeah. MP test. And we are gonna name this CrawlSF. There we go. And up here, change to CrawlSF because this is the name of our world. Okay, now scenario framework setup. So we're going to go here to plugins, just like we did last time. And we're going to scroll down here to game mode setup. And it looks like it saved our selection from last time. So we could probably just click through all this and it's going to go really quick. And we skip when we ask it to scan for a game mode. World configuration. Create entities. There we go. So what it just did there when I clicked create entities, it added all the required managers to actually get a game mode playable. And it gives us a warning about we should configure things like AI world, task manager, faction manager, and loadout manager. Gonna click next. And we're gonna see, so we already have a header in this mission, so we're gonna click create header and see what happens. Yes to all. Okay, cool. And we're all done. And okay, so it did create a new Oh, okay, cool. And you can see down here the very bottom of the screen. You guys might be able to see it on stream, but you can see the modified and created dates here. So I can see which one of these is actual, the current one. So if I go over here to CrawlSF MP World, it was created on 22 March. So that was our last stream. And then this one was created 27 March. So, okay. We can delete that. And we now have our new one. And we'll type this back in. This is going to be Everon hiking sim. Author or me, Corbells. Okay, and we'll deal with description and all the stuff later once we get around to uploading this. Save that. It's that. Okay, so now we're up to the scenario framework usage section of the tutorial. And we need to create a spawn area. And this is where everything went sideways last stream because we were using the MP test worlds, like full MP test world, and it was overriding all our scenario framework. So to keep things organized, we're gonna create a new layer inside the world. Got default. We're gonna create a new layer down here. Create layer, and it wants us to title this start. And then we're going to set as active by right-clicking it. Okay, so now we want to go to the Armor Forger. Oh, I think I was already there. It saved my folder location. Prefabs. Want to go to Snare Framework. Down here. And we are going to components. Okay, great. Now we have all the components set up here. So first thing we need to do is drop in a area. Oh, we drag and drop it into the scene, not the hierarchy. Okay, cool. Please stop expanding those. Okay, and I was reading today about there's different modes. So we're in the move tool, ground manipulation tool. So apparently when you're dragging these around, you should be in the ground manipulation tool. Let's go read up on that real quick though. So armor forger, ground. Ground manipulation tool, okay. Okay, cool. There's a wiki article for it. So we'll go review this real quick. While clicking on the point gizmo, hold control while dragging the selection up and down will change its elevation. Holding shift while dragging selection up and down will change its 2D rotation. Holding control or shift while dragging a selection will change its 3D rotation. Didn't give us a ton of stuff there, but move tool. Let's look up move tool. As always, the search results suck. So that really wasn't super duper helpful, but we'll play around with it more tonight. So, because what they were saying is when you use the move tool, it's moving like in relation to the camera, I guess, which means you're unsnapping things from the ground, which is what we were actually having problems with last week. So we'll continue along with the tutorial here. Then drag a layer. So we got our layer entity, but this time drop it on the area in the hierarchy. Okay, so area has to be dropped in the scene, but layers can be dropped on top of the area to create a hierarchy. I really need to find a way to... Oh, I need to be able to see those, but at the same time, I need them to be locked so they stop moving. So we drug our layer into the area. And let's go ahead and click save before we get too far ahead of ourselves. So next up we want to drag a generic slot on top of the layer. Oh, okay, we've now created a hierarchy. Sweet. And we're going to select slot 1. And over here in the Object Properties tab, so we click the component here, which is Scenario Framework Slot Base, and go down here to Assets. And for this one, we're going to make spawn point US. Okay. Spawn point. Wow, there's a lot of spawn points. But spawn point US. Wonder what the difference between prefab is editable. Tell you what, for now we're just gonna go with the standard prefab here. Later on we'll do maybe the editable one, because I'm sure at some point we're gonna go down through and then we're gonna click Control S, save world. And we can hit F5 to play. Obviously did not. Oh, hey. It worked. Neat. Okay, so now let's move that spawn point to where we wanted it. So we're going to try using the ground manipulation tool. See if this actually drags it across. Oh, it does. Nice. So what we wanted to do, we wanted to move that over here to this corner. Oh yeah, that's so much. Wait, oh, did it drop down below the water? It did. Oh, it's because I'm using the move tool again. Bring that up. And I think Control down is snapping it. Okay, so it's snapped to the ground. We're going to reselect ground manipulation and we're going to drag this across the ground. Go back to move tool. Let's make sure it stayed. It did. Nice. Nice. That is so much better. Okay. Do a quick save. F5 to play from screen. Oh, there we go. So we got the... Nice. So we've already made way more progress than we made last week. We know how to move spawn points around now too. It's the slot that actually does that. So now the question is, if I make... Okay, and wants us to make another slot under the same layer. So we're going to name this one US spawn. Okay, and this one, it says it wants to make arsenal box. Okay. Okay, arsenal box US. Doesn't really tell us which one we should use, but... Oh, it's under prefabs, okay. So, prefabs, props, military, arsenal boxes, okay, US. Go, let's save. Our ground manipulation tool and drag that box over here. Okay, it wants us to add a third slot, so let's rename this one. We're going to end up deleting most of these because this is not stuff we obviously want for our mission, but for the sake of going through the motion, and making sure we have a better understanding of what we're doing, we're going to go through the whole tutorial. We're going to drag another slot. Go. Huh, have I not set up my infusion protocol? Let's go. I'm trying to click the vehicle it wants us to add. I thought for sure I'd set up. Hang on just 1 second, I gotta figure out where in the world you set up. Huh, I've completely forgot where you go in and you set up the preview thing. Okay, well, we'll just do this old school. I'll manually search for it. Object to spawn, so it says we need to spawn in the 1025. Okay, and we're going to use our ground manipulation tool and drag that slot over here. I'm going to rename this to Bomber. There we go. Next, it wants us to add a move task, but let's go see if we can spawn it in the game and look at this stuff real quick. Save it. I've never used the arsenal in Reforger, the base game mode. Should probably figure that out someday. Oh, it looks like you have a little supply menu and you waste supplies buying weapons. Kind of like a little store page, I guess. So how does this work? You just double click it. Oh, yeah, and you have to click X. Oh, okay. I'll have to play with that sometime in the actual base game. See if I can figure out how that works. So now we're going to be creating our first task. Okay, in order to help myself out here, I think the next thing I'm going to do on this world is I'm going to add a couple buildings. So we know the US spawn is going to be in this corner, which is the north corner. And we are going to make the Soviet spawn over here. And the FIA spawn will be over that corner. So where do I want to put my houses? And I want a couple houses sitting around. So let's look for a house. Go to prefabs, props, civilian, birdhouse. Nope, need something bigger than a birdhouse. Structures. Oh, houses. There's an entire folder full of nothing but houses. Awesome. House add-ons. So many houses. Okay, yeah, this will work. So these are just going to be visual markers for me mostly, so I can because this way I can kind of see where I think I need about 6 to test this properly. Okay. Okay, so now let's get these organized into some kind of, I guess, map you could call it. And this is going to let me test actually a lot of the logic that we're going to need to test, because we'll have a spawn base here, spawn base over there. What in the world just happened? Okay, what happened here? Okay, there we go. I think there was something inside this building and I drug it out of the building by mistake. So once I get all these stacked, I'll explain to you guys the way the initial map setup is going to work. Okay, so let's go do an overhead view here. Okay, here we go. So we're going to have the US spawn down in this corner right here. The USSR spawn right there, which would be op4. These things lined up a little better. And then we'll probably have the FIA spawn here. So from this to this, that'll be a base connected sector. If eventually down the road when we start connecting these to make a Warlord style sector map. Initially, we're probably just going to randomize the task order, so we'll have 6 of them randomized. But I'll design all my test worlds with a connected base, and then a couple 2 non-connected bases, so I can test and I could set them up as like an airfield, or like this could be a vehicle place, this could be an airfield place, this could be a water asset type place. So that way I have at least 3 which are not connected to, and then I'll have 3 which are connected. Right there, there, and there. So that way I can actually, with just 6 sectors, I can test all of the basic logic I need, and then I can come through and eventually like come and capture that. So just a simple little setup like this, which is really fast to load, I can test all the like eventual logic we'll need. So this will probably be like a standard setup we use for most of our worlds, and we'll test all the mechanics here, and then we'll port it over later on. Ooh, we need to... So I'm going to make a new layer here. A new layer. And we are going to drag all these no. Control C. E. There we go. Oh, that is unfortunate. Okay, let's try this again. I'm gonna delete all these. Save that. I'm gonna try to cut these out. Oh, there we go. Nice. Okay, so you can use Control X, Control V. And it actually kept their relative positions with each other, which is nice. Okay, so now the houses are all in their own little layer, so they're not spamming out my area here. Okay, so first thing we need to do is create a area, add a move task. Okay, so we're gonna make a new layer here. Layer, and we're gonna call this move task. And thank you for expanding all that again. Okay, and so now we're going to go back here to our prefab libraries. Yeah, I think I might be in the wrong spot. Oh, okay. I still had a filter on, so... Go prefabs, Snow framework, and I think it was components. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so it says we want to create a area for our first move task. Do that. Donk. Oh no, let's undo that. So what just happened there, if you guys didn't catch that? So I went and dropped the area, but I dropped it on the house specifically, and it actually dumped it into the house layer we have here. It literally attached it to the house, so that's not good. We're going to set this as active, our move task. Drop that there. Okay, so we have. Maybe it didn't actually drop it into the house, but it kind of looked like it because I had the house as the active layer. So now I have a little area here. I wonder if I could view this inside the... Would appear not because it's right there and I don't see it. Okay. So we have our area, which is this is gonna be our first move task right there. Okay, so instead of just a default layer, we are now going to use layer task move. Layer task move. Okay, we're gonna drag that onto layer 2. Okay, let's go check this out, see what this is all. Oh, debug shape. Okay. Now let's see if this shows up. Nope. Just looking through all the little things we can do with this. Oh, we can attach scripts to layers. That's nice. I really like this system so far. It's going to take me probably a couple of months to learn all this, but it's really awesome. Okay, now we're going to use a slot move to. Okay. Where's slot move to? Drag that onto the layer task move. Oh, and this is the one that shows the... Gotcha. Check this out. Ah, okay, so I don't have to... Slot move to is the one that'll display here. Cool. How do I make it bigger though? Okay, and here's all the nitty-gritty options that you can really do with stuff. Cool. Where I still don't see how I change the size of it though. Let's see here. Open prefab. That's probably not what I wanted to do there. Close that. Ah, here we go. So I found it. So it's under plugins, and it is using the okay, so it's using the scenario framework plugin trigger as the plugin, and here I can change the radius. Awesome. Okay, so let's delete that. Let's change this to about 20. There we go. Nice. I like that. Okay, now let's click F5 to give this a quick play. Then we're going to open up our task list using the J button. I'm trying to show objectives. Okay, so there's no map entity. Okay. Let's go add this to our to-do list. Need map entity. Map entity. Interesting. So you can't. Oh, there we go. You have to hold it to show. All right. We're going to accept. And we're going to click show on map, and nothing's going to happen because I don't have a map entity for this world. Oh, gosh. Let's go through. I have to remember you have to, it's control escape. That's what you have to hit. Okay, so let's try this again. We're gonna hold the J key, move, accept. We're gonna control escape. Oh. Hold J again. Okay. And we should be inside. Yep, there we go. Objective complete. Okay, so what we're gonna do, we're gonna go change some settings on that so I can actually see when I'm actually inside of it. Okay, so here I can close the plugins and I want this to be visible. Show shape during red time. Let's test this out real quick. Yeah, there we go. I can already see it. Yeah, okay, sweet. So we'll have this on while we're doing testing, so we can see exactly when we get inside the there we go. Objective complete. Nice. Yep. So next up, we're going to add a random destroy task. Actually, let's go check off our to-do list here. So we set up our MP test world. Boom, done. And we're currently going through this, and I'm not going to set off, we'll make a note here. US spawn, done. Need to do USSR and FIA. So our next up is we're going to add a random destroy task. So let's create a new layer. Call this destroy task. And we're going to set that as active. We'll need an area, although I don't really know what these do yet. They seem to just be required for everything. There we go. Got area 3. And next up, we're going to drop in a layer task destroy. And it says, after selecting layer task destroy, set its spawn children attribute, which is over here. Value to random 1. Okay, random 1. With a 100% chance. And change the activation type to on trigger activation. Okay. Activation type, on trigger activation. You know, I'm really thinking we might be able to build an entire Warlords mission just using this scenario framework. There are a lot of options under here. Because I was kind of thinking the scenario framework, I'd play with it maybe for like a week, and I'd, run to the end of the what's enableable on it, and I would end up scripting it all myself. This seems pretty cool so far. Now add 2 layers under its hierarchy. I think it means 2 slots. Oh, no, it actually means layers. Okay, and under each layer there is add a slot destroy. Okay. So we're gonna just add a default layer here. And under this layer it says add a slot destroy. Okay, now we're gonna add another layer. That hierarchy. Add another slot destroy. Now let's define what we want to destroy. In slot destroy 1, we're going to put a WAS. Okay, that's the slot here. Object to spawn, I'm guessing, is what's going to be this thing. So object to spawn, we're going to stick a WAS in here. Where is the actual... Holy smokes, there is a ton of these. Where is just the actual... Okay, found it. Woo. Okay, and we're gonna save that. And under task, our slot 2, we're gonna add a URL. And then we head back to the first task layer where we added task move. Okay, so let's go back to our move task. And it says we should go to the layer. Component task. In the category on task finish, which is down here. Trigger actions on finished. We have nothing so far. Let's see here. So it tells us we're going to be adding on task finished here. Search for spawn objects. Spawn object. Okay, so we selected the scenario framework action spawn objects. Name objects to spawn on activation. Okay. Oh, neat. Okay, so what we did, so we have a actions to trigger on finish. We're going to spawn objects. And then the name of the objects to spawn, I can now select layer task destroy 1 name. Is there a way to just copy this name? Hang on, I'm trying to see layer task destroy 1 name. Now you can try it in game. The setup will result in a behavior that will not spawn task destroy right away, but only after you complete the task move. Since we added the random 1 and 2 layers under task destroy 1, it'll randomly pick one of the 2 slot destroys. Interesting. So how do I copy the name of this? Ah, there we go. Alt F2 is how you copy the name. They obviously thought of this. There we go. So you can just Alt F2 and then come down here and Alt V or Control V and it'll place it right in there. So let's save it and see what happens. Oh, we forgot to put the little bubble on it. Let's go fix that. Oh, there's really no... Since these are to destroy things, there's really no... Okay. Oh. So let's assign a task. Got it. And as soon as we complete this, we should see something spawn over there. Oh yeah, it worked. Nice. So it randomly spawned one of the trucks. So that's kind of interesting, but it's still a lot of like manual setup. In an ideal world, what we would do, we would just have a script that we would just build an array of all the enemy vehicles that we potentially want in an area, and we would have a script just randomly pull one out. Which is kind of what it's doing here, but instead of me just making an array of items, it's involves a bunch of clicking and manually configuring things, which is what we don't want to be doing. Anything that could be done just script-wise, we want to do that. How do I destroy this? Hey, objective complete. Sweet. It's gonna burn me. I should probably actually play some hours of like Reforger, like proper. The only time I played is when they do the experimental playtests. I want the rest of my time spent here in the editor. Doesn't seem to be burning me. Oh, that's awesome, dude. It lights up your gun. You guys see that? Oh, that is freaking cool. Oh, it even includes the sun, too. That. Wow, dude, this game has come a long way lighting-wise since it first came out. Dude, imagine how good this is gonna look. Like when Arma 4 comes out. Get my 8000 series card. It's gonna be nice. All this. It's like little random rocks. Okay, we got focus. Making good progress today, though. This is pretty awesome. Okay, so the final bit of the Forger scenario task here is to add a game over. To conclude the scenario, we can end it by adding a end mission action on the on task finish of layer. Okay, so we're going back here to layer destroy, and we're going to go here to the task on task finish. We are going to take the override game over attribute text box. Okay. I'm not seeing that. On task finished. I'm not seeing. Let's destroy. Trigger actions on finish. Nope. On task finished. Yeah, let's keep going through here, see if we can find this. Ah, you know what we were just talking about? The randomization. Randomized per faction, entity catalog type. Yeah. Okay, so you don't have to like manually define these. You can just literally click right here. Ah, okay. So they thought of that as well. Okay, that's good. So it says we're supposed to add a end mission task here. Doesn't really. So on task finish, we're gonna look up end mission here. Okay, so what they forgot, they just didn't spell it out exactly. So we're gonna click this override game over button type. Set the game over type to faction victory score. Ooh, cool, there's a lot here. Faction victory score. Okay, so let's save this. Set up our objective here. Accept. While we're thinking about it, so we're gonna set up task clear 6. So we're not going to be using the task move for our walking simulator. We're going to be using the task clear because I want to code up a Warlords like capping system for the sectors. Since our primary role here, even though we're doing this is going to be Everon hiking simulator. This is a crawl phase of Warlords 4 development, so I need to be setting up things in a way like little bits of the Warlords mission at a time. So that's complete. Spawn this one in. I have no idea if I can actually destroy a truck with this gun. I feel like it would be possible. Set the engine on fire and... At this point, I'm just kind of learning a debug menu? No, cancel. Oh no, dang it. Go back. So what we need to do, what we're gonna do now, we're gonna learn about the debug menu here some, and I'm gonna put that keybind in my notes. Machine gun? Yeah, that should be able to blow a vehicle up. Okay, cool, we got the truck again. Alright, so what I need is... Let me get to my inventory. Okay, so let's do armor forger debug. Cool. Alt Windows. Okay. Oh my god, dude. My first reaction ever to get out of every single UI menu is just hit escape. So it's Alt Windows key. Oh, okay, cool. Okay, there we go. So we got general debug. Just watching this debug stuff, see what's... Okay, this isn't like super useful to me. Whoa, cool. Mesh stats, that's... Before we get too much farther, let's add this to our notes. Oh, 3D report. Bug. So I'm totally gonna forget this. Alt plus Windows. Okay, cool. We got that. Oh, as I look at stuff, it... Cool. Alright. Don't really need that right now. Wow, there are a lot of scripts freaking running right now. So how do I get back to... Okay, so I can go down in this hierarchy of this menu, but I don't know how to get back to the... Oh, okay, so it's a long hold. Got it. No, not. To leave a submenu, press... I don't know what key that is. Oh. Nope, that was not. Nope. Ah, backspace. Got it. Okay. Okay, let's check scene. World. Wow, it would take me like an entire weekend just to learn every single one of these menus. Debug prefabs. Wow, this is so awesome that we have access to all these tools. Physics. Show bullet, show stats. Okay, so let's see if we can... Oh, wow. I can totally see how... Let's mess with the hit reg. So someone said if you strafe, it'll mess with the hit reg. Yeah. You see how my little skeleton's popping out the left and right side there? Huh, that's interesting. Okay, what we want is we want to show... Okay, draw bullet shape enabled. Okay. Oh, this must be my little... Something have to do with my bounding box. Put in the bullets. Trying to basically just find a... Oh wow, all that's still on. Okay, let's close this out and we're gonna reopen this and see if I can get rid of all this debug stuff I just added. That is gonna suck if all those options I just enabled are now stuck on. I'm gonna have to go through one by one and try to undo them. I was just trying to get like a damage, like so I could see my bullets and damage. Okay, nice. So if you totally close out Workbench and start over it. Okay, so it looks like game code is what we were actually looking for here. So, see if this... Oh, yeah, there we go. Nice. But I want a different weapon. Oh, that is cool. Okay, let's see how we clear this, though. It's clear trajectories enabled. Okay. Let's respawn a couple times, see if we can get a better weapon. Okay, cool. So let's turn shells on, shift stats. Okay, cool. Oh, okay. So... Oh, nice. So it's showing the hit zones. I don't have names for the hit zones, though. Oh, cool. Cursor hit zone. Ah, okay. So let's remove the projectile statistics. There we go. Okay, so now I have it set up. So when I scroll over something, it gives me the stats of this vehicle. So you can see the hull has a health of 4,000. Engine 600. Battery. Wheels. Can be damaged true. Ah, see, here we go. Ah, we can see what's actually breakable. It looks like this building does not have any destructible... Oh, the windows do, though. Ah, check that out. Okay. So I'm pointing at the window and it has a hitbox for the window. Okay, so we need to... How did I get all this to come up? So it's game code hit zones. Okay, to write this down. To see stats, damage stats. Game code. Zones. Okay, so now let's see if we can damage that with this gun. Okay, so I got... Yep, I did damage to that. Cool. So let's see right here. Cargo. Oh, neat. Okay, the engine is now trashed. It has a health of 0. Let's go shoot a window. Oh, interesting. It takes 3 shots to go through a window. Okay, pro tip, don't shoot tires. They're really, really strong. This is. This is freaking cool. So I've trashed the engine in theory. So let's see if we get inside and see what it looks like. Oh yeah, nothing happens. I start the engine and just boop. Okay. Oh, I see. Yeah, down in the corner, red engine. So what other parts can I damage with a sniper rifle? So we're gonna try to hit this gearbox right here. Okay, that's the gearbox right there. Oh, wow. So that was one shot. Took about 150 health off it. So it would take 2, 3. So about 4 shots to take the gearbox out. Yeah, there we go. Gearbox is trashed. This is totally not what we're supposed to be doing tonight, but this is pretty cool. The engine was actually remarkably easy to knock out on this thing. So don't shoot tires, shoot engines. Oh, that's good to know. I'm wondering if the M16 can Now I have all that set up, I want to do some more damage testing with some other weapons. Okay, I got the machine gun this time. Cool. So now that we got more or less the basics of the game set up, we can actually really start going through. Actually, let's go mark off our to-do list here. Okay, so we went through the scenario framework tutorial. So this is awesome, making some progress. So for tomorrow, what we're gonna do, I think we're gonna focus on, because I'm gonna try to stream a couple nights this week, so we can get something playable here. So tomorrow, the big thing we're going to try to do is we're going to try to set up the USSR. At the minimum, we're going to get the USSR. We're going to try to also get the FIA set up. Then after that, we're going to change these. We're going to set the briefing screen up because we want an actual briefing screen, kind of like when you jump into conflict. Explain, you know, you're walking around. And those will probably be the two big tasks we do tomorrow, if we can. And then later on in the week, we're going to start playing around with the task clears and getting them set up and see if I can randomize them. Because that's part of our design doc for this. You get assigned a random task. But to do that, before we can do that, we need to get the map. So we'll have to do some research and figure out how to get the map working. But yeah, that's for now. We'll do some more damage to things. Okay. So the machine gun does about 50. Engine is trashed. Nice. These shots does take to take a wheel out. That's pretty quick, the machine gun. Oh, that's interesting. So the bullets obviously do a lot of damage to the engine, but they also stop. Yeah, this engine block does an insanely good job of just blocking all the bullets. Whereas the rest of it, you can see my bullets are just going right through. Yeah, there you go. You can see bullets going everywhere. Wow, the backseat does literally nothing to stop bullets. Yeah, look at all those bullets. Wow. Kind of interesting. All the shooting I've done to this, the hull still shows as full health. Oh, what is stopping the bullets back here? Oh, there's something in the back seat of this thing that's stopping bullets. I don't know what it is, but something. Okay, so pro tip, if you're in the WAS, sit in this little back seat back here, because that's somehow, you see all the bullet holes in here? Something is stopping bullets right there. Yeah, look at that. That is insane. Not a single bullet went through the other side. Wow. Always sit in the trunk. See if we can get an M16. I don't see the damage for that. Nope. Okay, here we go. M16. It's a super productive day, man. But to be honest, today we are basically just following through a tutorial. Tomorrow we'll start doing the actual fun work. Working on new systems that we don't have any documentation for. Okay, so let's see here. So the M16 can disable an engine. It's just gonna take you like an entire clip. Oh, sorry about that. I was trying to find my mute button in time. I was like, I have to cough. So it took, I don't know, I probably have about 3 rounds of a 30-round mag left. So I missed quite a few shots too, I think. So probably takes somewhere in the neighborhood of 20-ish. Check out bullet penetration here. Okay, let's set that up. Let's go to projectiles. And let's set up $15 okay. Oh, nothing. Well, this thing is pretty sturdy. Bolts are going through, but they don't really kind of contain within the cab. Oh gosh, darn it. Okay, well, that was good enough testing, so we know we can take the engine out. Don't shoot the tires, they're like way more durable than they should be. Shoot the engine blocks, shoot the windows. And even a lowly M16 can take the engine out on vehicles. So, kind of just some nice ancillary information. And I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow for some more streaming, and we'll start getting spawns and spawning set up and all that jazz. So I will see you then.